This video covers Adobe InDesign's Chapter Skills Review 5-38 through 5-39. We're going to start with step 1, open ID 5-3, and I'm going to navigate out to where I've saved my chapter data files. You can go ahead and click Update Links because wherever InDesign's data files has the native file, it usually also holds the links that connect to that data file. So what that means is you're just telling InDesign to know where those links are located. So go ahead and update links when it asks you to do that. Verify that the Swatches panel is open. So go ahead, and if you do not see that, check your workspace, make sure that it's on the right workspace. I'm going to go to Essentials, and usually in Essentials for me, swatches pop up. And if they don't, they'd be located over to the right. And then click New Color Swatch. You can do that up here, right under the Options area. Verify that Process is chosen in the Color Type text box. And it is. And that CMYK is chosen in the color mode text box, and it is. Step 4, remove the check mark in the name with color value checkbox. Take away that, and then type pink in the swatch name text box. Type 15 in the cyan text box. You can tab to the next field. Type 70 in the magenta text box. Type 10 in yellow. Oops. And then 0 in the black. And then click OK. So we've created a new pink swatch. Display the color panel if necessary, and that's over here. I'm just going to pull that over. Have it anchored. For some reason my computer's going slow, so it's not catching up to me. I wanted to pull it above the stroke. Okay, step 7, click the color panel options button, which is over here. Click CMYK, then verify that the fill button is activated. Now that just means that the fill button here, whoops, the fill button is here over the outline. Step 8, drag the cyan slider on the color panel to 50%. If you can't get it exact, go ahead in there and just type in 50. Drag the magenta slider to 10. And again, I don't like using the sliders, but this step is showing you how you can use the sliders. Then drag the yellow and black sliders to 0. I'm going to go ahead and just type them in because it's just easier for me. Step 9, drag the color from the fill button on the color panel to the swatches panel. So go ahead and drag this. You can drag this right in here. And when you see that hand with a little plus, it's telling you it's now ready to add that to the swatches panel. Verify that the CMYK swatch is still selected on the swatches panel, and it is. You can see that with a little light blue color. Click the swatches panel options button, then click new tint swatch. Drag the tint slider to 35%, then click OK. Again, I don't like using sliders, so I don't want to do that. So it actually pulled a tint from that. We created a tint based off of this cyan color that we've created in our swatches panel. So now we're going to apply color. Duplicate the text layer, then name it colored text. Okay, so you have to open up your layers panel for that. duplicate this layer, and then it pulls up text copy. You can click it and then click it again, and it allows you to then change the name. Name it colored text. Click view on the menu bar, point to extras, which is about almost all the way down there, and then click hide frame edges. Now what's nice about this is we do now have, it allows us to view our area just a little bit without the clutter of all the guides and the frame edges. Step 3, drag and drop CMYK from the Swatches panel to the outermost black fill frame. And it wants us to pull this one, drag it right into the outermost black fill frame. And so now we have a light blue. That tint, I don't know if it wanted us to do the tint. I don't think it wanted us to do the tint. So go ahead, and if you did that, just pull this other one. Make sure it's activated first, and then pull it and drop it. If that doesn't work, which it doesn't look like mine did, I have to make sure. You just have to make sure it says 100% in the tint there. Step 4, click the selection tool, which it is already clicked. Click the brush up text frame. So go here, then click the Formatting Effects text button on the Tools panel. Okay, so we have the brush up text on your document, and this is one error I found. The Formatting Effects text button is here, but it's also here. So I believe it's down here, and it's just so tiny it's easy to miss. So I like to tell students that if you don't know what they're saying there, go ahead and click it also within your Swatches panel, which is just fine. It's the same exact tool. Okay, so the Formatting Effects text button on the Tools panel, which we have clicked on, and then it has us click the CMYK swatch on the Swatches panel. So it changed the color of that. Click the Holiday Issue text frame in the lower left corner. You have to go back to your selection tool to do so. Click the Formatting Effects text button on the Swatches panel, then click the Paper Swatch on the Swatches panel. So we go here, and then we click the Paper Swatch, and now we have white text there. Okay, step 7. Click the Type tool, select all of the text in the Puppy Love text frame. Select all the text. Which we've done. Then click pink on the Swatches panel. So we're changing the color of that to pink. We change it to white, now we change it to pink. Step 8, select all of the text in the Fetch text frame. You have to be in the text tool to do that, and you can go over here, put your cursor in, and do a Control-A to select all. Then click the CMYK with the 35% tint swatch on the Swatches panel. Okay. Step 9, click the Click to Select Items button on the colored text layer. Okay, and now that's going to be located here in the layers, and that is actually, okay, so this is located here, and you wouldn't know it unless I'm showing you because it's very easy to miss. It's this little right hand square here, and what it wants us to do is to click this area to select all the items on the layer. So right now we are on fetch, and then we want to click click that little area here. Click object on the menu bar, point to transform, and then click move. Verify that there's a check mark in the preview checkbox, and there isn't, so I got to make sure that that's checked. And then type minus 0.03 in the horizontal text box, so minus 0.03. And then type minus 0.03 in the vertical text box. Click OK, then deselect all. Okay, so now we have sort of a black background there. Now we're going to work with spot colors. Click the Swatches panel options button. So this is going to be located the color type list arrow and then new color swatch. Step 2, click the color type list arrow, then click spot color. Step 3, click the color mode list arrow, then click Pantone solid coded. And I usually default to going to solid coded every time I'm adding different Pantone colors to my swatches panel. Step 4, type 117 in the Pantone text box. And this is nice because this allows you to search, and believe me, there are a ton of Pantone colors, so you want to search. And then click OK. So we've added a Pantone color, which is a spot color, to our swatches. And if you haven't heard of Pantone before, it's the part of the Pantone matching system, or the PMS colors, which allows us to apply different colors to our document. And then what's wonderful about that is then, you know, whatever color we want to spec out will print exactly in that color if you're sending it to a vendor, let's say in California or something like that. It's a matching system that allows us to match all of our colors across the board, no matter who's printing what, and you'll get color accuracy. So that's how we do that, and we can talk more about that further in the term. Step 5, change the fill on the CM border to Pantone 117C. So the CMYK border, we're going to change that fill to this. Step 6, click the imported graphics layer on the layers panel to target it. Okay, where am I? There we go. Make sure that's highlighted. Select or click the selection tool, then click between the dog's eyes to select the frame for placing a new image. Click right between the dog's eyes. Click File on the menu bar. Click Place. Navigate to the drive-in folder where your Chapter 5 data files are. Click Lab AI. Then click Open. And this is an Adobe Illustrator document. Okay, so we just sort of placed a title in there. Click the photo layer on the layers panel. So now we're going to a different layer. Click the dog graphic in the document window. Click Edit on the menu bar. Click Copy. Click Edit on the menu bar. Click Paste into place. Okay, nothing really happened, but it will in a moment. So that's something you want to make sure. So we're going to resume this in the next video. So I'll see you then.